So I'm using the colors is Chinese white. I have crimson red, and I also mix the crimson red with white to make kind of a unique color. And I have crimson red by itself. Also have cobalt blue by itself, and I also have violet and Prussian blue by themselves, and I mix them together as well. So it's no particular order. Let me go ahead and put down some background blue color. Maybe I could paint a little bit better if I put the other paint brushes down. So I want it to be darker up at the top and a little bit more watery down here. And I'm using the Canson paper. And I just want to talk with you a little bit before I go into playing the music. You know, a lot of us, there are a lot of people on here that are doing various videos, you know, concerning their shops. And so we have to remember to take time for ourselves and exercise and eat right and all that stuff. But the main thing is to take time, you know, to pray to the Lord and to thank Him for all the blessings that He's given us. And sometimes people think about that during the month of November, you know, those who celebrate Thanksgiving. Not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving, but you know, it's not just a once a month time or a time to be thankful when somebody puts on the calendar and tells you, okay, it's time to be thankful, you know, for your blessings. This is something that would help you in life to think about on a daily basis. All the blessings that you got, and even the times in your life that you felt were bad times, it's still, all good at the end of the day, because, as they say, that makes you stronger to go through that, the trials and tribulations of life. So it still is something designed to build you up and to test you on a spiritual level. And so I just want to briefly say to everyone to think about your blessings on a daily basis, and count your blessings. And anytime something good happens, pray to the Lord, thank Him. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out prayer. You just thank Him. As soon as something happens, and you share your blessings with other because you never know, somebody else might be going through something, and you can share something, an experience that you've been through, and then it could help them with their life's journey. Out to help it blend better into the next layer of colors more evenly. And it's been a while since I was before colors. going to be a mixture of the crimson red and Chinese white. Sorry, I didn't know that this camera had stopped recording. So I can tell you really quick what I just did. I took this brush here and I just I wet it, and then I fanned out the edges of each of these feathers. I fanned out the edge away from it. I brought this one closer to it, but then it started to water it out too much, so you fan away so that it kind of makes the colors come off of some of the feathers and blends into the surrounding paper, and it gives that effect as if all three of these feathers are blowing in the wind. So I wanted to create that effect. It kind of gives the effect, since I have a blue background, it kind of looks like they're floating on top of water. See, kind of looks like they're floating in the water. And then it's much lighter down here because I was using lighter colors. And then also when I put the blue background on before I started painting the feathers, I started with darker and then came to light towards the bottom. So since I've used a light amount of blue here in putting the original background and then fanning it out, then that left this area still really light down there. So I'm going to work on the tops here of these a little bit more, get a little more shape to the tops, and then maybe go back in and put the stem part in for each one. I put the stem here, you can pretty much see that, but I need to add more of a stem to these two. Okay, so let's get back to I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me thus far. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with if you would click like and subscribe to the video, that would really help me out. If you would click like and subscribe to the video, that would really help me out. And to because I really want to get this future videos, you can click the notification bell updated with any future videos. What's happening? You can click the notification bell so that you'll know way ahead of time what's happening on this channel, and you can let's get back to the video. And I'm going to draw the stems on the top two feathers. Let's get back to the video, and I'm going to draw the stems on the top two feathers in just a moment. Kind of put those back into place. Now I'm going to use my brush to basically paint an outline around the edges of the leaves to make them around the edges of the feathers to make them more defined and make them stand out more. So the edges of the feathers are a little more light and wispy looking, just like a real feather. I'm using my brush to kind of fan out the edges of the feathers, just like I did with the blended brush that I showed you earlier when my video stopped recording. So I'm just using this technique now, to make it look just like a real feather, very light on the ends. Now I'm going to fan out the edges of both the purple feather and this greenish purple feather to just kind of make it look more soft on the edges. And as I said before with the pink feather that I did this with, make it look more wispy, just like a real feather, very soft and feminine on the edges, and just make it look like they're just floating and just having a good time while they're riding on top of the water. I'm getting ready to show you a white gel pen. I just showed it to you, and I'm going to use that to decorate my feathers. And here is a whole bunch of different colors of gel pens that you can try. I'm going to have some of these for sale on my website, some different colors. I may sell them individually or as a set. I'll probably sell them as a set, but they are very fun to use to add a bit of sparkle to your artwork. And so you're going to see some of that here today. I'm going to use the white gel pen to accentuate my feathers with a little bit of jewelry there, and it's just fun to use them. I'm going to be using the white gel pen in just a moment, and it was really nice. I had a really great time using that. You have to make certain that you have the right color background for the white gel pen to show up. You have to have the background to be some shades darker so that the white part of the gel pen can stand out.